Hey everybody, Wild Man Wes here.
I'm Rebecca.
And welcome to day 24 of SHOCKTOBERFEST 2024. Now, today's episode, we've got something, and when I say interesting, I mean very, very odd. We're going to be talking about a movie called Teen Monster. This movie was originally filmed in 1998. It had its theatrical, straight-to-video release in 2000, also known as Big Monster on Campus and Bolt Neck. So, yeah, now you see what we're getting into. This movie is actually a modern adaptation of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, with a couple little twists here and there, and we're going to get into that right now. So our story is about a young teenage boy named Frankenstein. And he's, pretty much getting picked on by a lot of bullies in school. He has his love interest, and he meets this new guy at school that's kind of we don't talk to this guy, he's weird. And unfortunately for this new guy, he goes to a party where the bullies are at, and they start to have a fight, and he falls into an empty pool. And Frank decides he's going to try to bring him back to life by going to his father's laboratory and grabbing a brain that, what he doesn't know, is from a former serial killer.
Happy normal.
Once the outcast is brought back to life, he has different personalities, and when he starts to get around people, when nobody else is looking, he starts to kill them. Frank realizes the error of his ways. He starts lying to everybody about what's going on, even though the bullies are trying to back him up. And the love interest realizes that Frank is just being a lying jerk. Frank has to figure out how to get the outcast back to normal form with his original brain, or what's left of it. Which eventually he does. Everything gets back to normal, but you can't bring back the people that, died. So, well, at least the ones that the outcast killed. So, I mean, that's pretty much the movie in a nutshell. It was an interesting movie, as I said. We're going to talk about what we like and what we don't like about the film now. So, I'll start off. We're just going to start off with the cast because the outcast of the cast, bad pun, I know. Hey, we're parents now. We get to do these things, goddammit. The outcast is played by none other than Deadpool himself, Ryan Reynolds. He does a great job in this film. Yeah, he does. However, the rest of the cast does pretty well. We have Matthew Lawrence playing Frank. We have Christine Lakin playing his love interest Macy. They were big in the 1990s TGIF sitcom series on TV. We also have some big names at the time from the 80s and early 90s. We have Shelley Duvall, the late Shelley Duvall from The Shining, from Popeye, and many other movies. We also have Charles Fleischer, who is the voice of Roger Rabbit. And of course, we can't forget Judge Reinhold, the actor who was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. We have Beverly Hills Cop series, scores upon others, and of course, one of my wife's very least favorite films, Gremlins. I have to watch that movie when she's not around.
Nope.
Another thing that I like about it is I like the story in itself to a degree. I like some of the tongue-in-cheek humor. Other than that, just how the story plays out, it's not bad. Not bad. But I'm going to pass off to Becca now.
Overall, it's relatively predictable. Like you said, the tongue-in-cheek humor was what kept me watching it, but I don't think this is one that I would watch again, if I'm being honest. Even if it does have my Hollywood hubby in it. But it's one of those, it was alright, but
yeah.
Not a lot that I liked about it.
Then we're going to talk about what we don't like about the film. I guess for me, it was just... I get that it was an adaptation of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, but it just... At the time, when it was filmed and when it was released, it definitely got into that trope of the teen movie. I mean, like, with American Pie, She's All That, 10 Things I Hate About You. I mean, the list goes on. And I feel that, and no disrespect to our hubby Ryan Reynolds, this movie was direct-to-video for a reason. It just, at times, it just really trailed off. I mean, Shelley Duvall, I think her presence was made better for this than for the 90s Suburban Commando with Hulk Hogan. I mean, she was kind of there and then she wasn't. In this one, she actually had more of a purpose. So yeah, I'll give it that at least. What don't you like about this one?
I mean, it's not one that's super memorable to me. Like, I remember watching it and I remember kind of thinking that it was fairly predictable, but it really did not capture my attention.
I gotcha. No, I mean, we kind of faded while watching this film. I mean, the only reason why we watched it was because of Ryan Reynolds. We'll just be honest on that one. That being said, we should probably...
At least we're honest.
Yeah, we should probably grade this now because I'm starting to look at the camera and the battery's starting to run low. So, yeah, enough dilly-dally. What are you grading this?
I'm going to go with a D, only because my hubby's in it.
Okay, D. All right, I'll give it a D+. Because of the cast. I mean, the fact of the matter is they did have some names that I knew. So yeah, D+ on that one for me. Well, we hope you enjoyed this short episode of Teen Monster / Big Monster on Campus / Boltneck / Abby Normal Brain from Young Frankenstein going into a teenager. Let's just put it that way. Make sure you leave a thumbs up if you've seen this movie and you don't agree with everything we said. You can leave a thumbs down. We totally get it. Also, make sure you share on social media, push that little red button, ring that bell for instant notifications. Until then, I'm Wildman Wes.
I'm Rebecca.
And we will see you tomorrow for day 25 of SHOCKTOBERFEST 2024. Take care, and as always, stay scared, kiddies.